back from Carnage. Looks like this might actually be the longer form 19 esports roster, so we'll keep an eye on that as we're keeping an eye on the fight breaking out as Ghost Gaming drawing first blood. Dave, that's exactly what they're going for.
Already see HH with the double barrel shotgun. That thing is just a slugger up close and personal. Specs swapping on over, picking up the Uzi. Hamudi on the outskirts, already chunked down pretty low, but guess what? Hamudi's got a grenade. That's something to say to Spec. Spec getting that reload. Hamudi repositioning, almost losing their life, but look at this. Spec hot on the case, caught off guard by Freak.
He got baited in. Beautiful team play from Guns to trade this one back, but Ghost still having the advantage here, and they are now well and truly pissed. Hamudi is going to get pinched, assuming he gets found. Does have the shotgun, though. Trying to go around the corner. The revive will come through on the outside as well. Oh, Hamudi not quite able to find the shot, but the revive did end up coming out, which means there's two more players they've got to work their way through, but they do get spotted on the outside. Freak is going to drop Bale with no HP. Bale, a huge misstep.
2v2, but in this situation, Ghosts have the health. They got the health. They're dealing with that one. But let's see, though. Jumping out. HH. There we go. Double barrel to the dome to seal the deal. That was getting awfully close. Coming down to HH 10th experience and knowledge on that global scale that will definitely help prepare them for those PMGC games.
I should talk about that, Dave, because it's so important. As we're seeing a potential scrap breakout here. Stebby may end up getting, will certainly end up getting knocked. As Marshall with that scar, able to line it all up. RTG in a pretty good spot. This is where they like to sit here on this map when they're unsure of whether this circle is going to shift north or south of the river. They're doing a great job of being able to catch out some of these teams on the rotation. UDR Killers, of course, having this compound to work with. RTG opting for more of the soft cover and, frankly, a little bit more ease of use on this hilltop. Gives them a lot more options when it comes to repositioning.
Yeah, and you know, kind of just doubling back to that experience and knowledge that all these teams are gaining here today. RTG, they have been super.
There's no better practical example than this. And you talk about experience. It's not only the experience of competing up against other good teams. It's not only the experience of being able to experience the metas from different regions, but it's also the fact that we, the fans, get to see all these different teams competing, but we normally wouldn't get to. So it's a win for us, it's a win for the players, and it's a win for these charities that we're donating to. So it's absolutely fantastic. Just seeing the circle continue to shift towards the
players' top 5 damage. So if those two teams could constantly clash with each other, that will open up the scoreboard for the rest of the lobby. But we don't tend to see that because we see Alpha, they like to play edge, and Konita Power kind of like to play that off-center. So that chance, pretty low.
Yeah, it's not like 19 Esports and Ghost that seem to run into each other every chance they get. But speaking of Konita Power,
got him.
Okay, got him. Delhop is down. Rahad has been another one of these teams that, my goodness, they have really showed up. Had some pop-off moments. I think Rahad's issue is consistency of anything here. They've had some really, really impressive games, some really impressive moments, but unfortunately, situations like this where players get caught out has made it so that they're not able to chain these together game over game.
Coming into these games representing Egypt, and they're not mid-pack, but I agree with you. We've seen a lot of times, especially early game, they wrote.
Indeed, is wow, Locanostra, a literal firing line. What is that? All just lined right up, DP in hand. So we can see the other fight breaking out. Of course it is North America, 19 Esports and Ghost Gaming. Sam drops, HH24 is going to join them, but the question is, can they get the revive? Xenox is really high up, and Tensa will be able to stick this. It started as a 3v4, now equaled out to a 3v3. Does 19 Esports want to take this? That is the question. They are dead center, Dave. If they are able to win this fight, this would be a huge power position for them.
That's a fact, and they do have two members up there on the high ground who will be able to kind of peek over there, but we'll get back to that. RTG making a pull-up on Shivas.
Interesting play here from RTG. Nice nade coming in, though not quite going to connect. As RTG getting down Fran early. That's a huge deal here for Chivas. Fran is always the last one standing for the squad. Incredible fragger. They're going to have to work without them here. So we can see Senkei on the outside, not wanting to overextend though. Can hear the footsteps, can hear the rotations. The nades come in, trying to leverage these angles as Chivas trying to take this back into 2v4.
Yeah, Jacob, I was looking at the stats. Jacob died the most from grenades out of the entirety of this event, so hopefully that's not going to be the case here as Jacob's trying to toss out some grenades. Nitto on the roof, kind of baiting this one out. Jacob definitely has the potential to play spoiler here in this situation.
Oh, but taking some damage from a grenade, but doing some as well. Carry Boy is going to fall. Nito's going to try and confirm this. Chapo is here, holding the angle. It's being primed. How long is it going to be? Oh no, the pop out!
Flashing with Alpha in the north. Team Queso still kind of pinned down for the time being between Loca Nostra, Konina Power, and Rahad.
We're seeing Daddy going on that off angle. Zero surprise there. You can see him. You can see him. There you go, Alicio. Finding the angle onto that Team Queso player. Both of these teams are incredibly split, Dave. This isn't as much a team fight as it is a bar fight. This is a scrap.
It's, hey, good luck out there. Try to survive. We'll see you in the next zone. And if you can, get some kill points underneath your belt. Will trying to toss these grenades, trying to take out Nitsu. We've seen in the past, Nitsu, one of those players from the squad that can clutch it out, but currently stuck in the bathroom. Pre-fires through that doorway. One grenade, that could be it. There we go. Loca Nostra taking on the blue, all popping in their vehicles. Konina Power doing the same thing, but Ayala looking for that revenge play right now. Danny, cooking it, cooking it, cooking it. You need to toss it eventually, Danny. Oh, he tossed it right in time. Team Queso, done and dusted.
World's deadliest game of hot potato. Oh my goodness. Danny, nerves of steel on that one. A little bit of style points as we are seeing RTG. Marshall went down to the play zone as well. That's a big deal. Konina Power actually doing a great job of fighting back. They were able to rotate on up, taking additional fights. RTG opted going around. Both of these top teams still in play right here. I was expecting maybe a bit more of a fight from them, but both opting to reposition as Loca Nostra's the next one up on the menu for Nomi, going around with the UMP and just making it look easy.
I'm looking at this. Fashe coming into today, the top kill leader in the lobby. Nomi not too far behind that. Nomi, you can tell Nomi wants to even that with their squad mate over here and maybe take that position from them as Fashe was tagged out there in the process. RTG still alive, using his smokes for the time being, but they got bigger fish to fry, aka Destiny.
Destiny up there on the high ground, a big piece of positional advantage for them. RTG not in a great spot here on the edge. These teams don't mind playing it at this point, just the way this terrain all works. We've got these ruins in the center. The teams are starting to, or ruins in the north, I should say, not centered up, but centered up on 19 esports. Still getting that day 4 circle luck. See what they're able to make of it. Is now every single squad has got to try and make this pile in, Dave. This is Konina Power. They find themselves with 2 players, but it literally doesn't make a difference. They are just as terrifying with 2, it seems like, as they are with 4. Taking shots towards RTG. Now getting a kill here would be absolutely massive. Chapo goes down. Oh no, completely caught out, completely evening the playing field. This is massive. And just like that, RTG are down and out.
And that's definitely like one of the pros if you are a Konina Power fan. They make just as much noise as a duo as they would with the squad. Like, they're always posturing out, making sure to take shots, making sure that nobody pushes on them for free. You love to see it from Konina Power. And talking about that, they picked up Fashe. Fashe still clocking in, putting in the work, getting those knocks.
They said, Dave, 3 points is not nearly enough. We need a much bigger lead than this. We need to decide where this charity money is going. You love to see it here as this duo is continuing to be a threat on this southeast side of the circle, but there's still quite a few teams left up and alive. It's not done yet by any means. Mafios looking to get involved as well. Got that bolty to try and do some work.
Press too, so that thing is ultra silent. Destiny kind of getting pinned down by, we saw Konina Power and also Alpha, so maybe it's going to be a real risk for them to continue to survive. Not only that, there's a couple solos right in front of them. Yeah, there goes Beast, and there goes the squad.
I mean, these two players together are just absolutely terrifying. Their communication as well. The second one player spots it, their team shooting like it's nothing. But Alpha 7, Dave, we haven't talked about them a whole lot. They've come through the quieter, slightly, comparatively quieter portion through the north, but they have wiped out every single other team in their path, and they are primed to take this over. 19E and Ghost are still in the middle. The Battle of North America has not slowed, but Europe is about to join the party. Let's bring in Brazil to boot.
Come. Trying to take some shots. Nomi caught off guard, trying to cook in a grenade and toss that bad boy over the hill. She got be able to secure a point for Shivas.
This is big here. This is big. If you can keep, out of the top 8 for Konina Power, that's pretty big for them. RTG, that's what they're looking for here, to try and deny as many points as possible. Because Konina Power already has 8 kill points. Are you kidding me? As Alpha 7 up there at the top, only with 2, but the only squad with all 4 players alive.
See a lot of teams on the edge right now. And 19E, they've been in those warehouses for some time on the hill. But before we get to that, Alpha starting to crank up that heat here. They got sick of playing the edge to the north. They look to rotate down there to the west side, and now they're going to start to play those zone sweepers and rack up those kill points.
Not only that, it's on the teams they need to, taking a Nextria Gaming in 4th. Konina Power, the first place team, just eliminated as well. So if you're Alpha 7, you're all smiles right now because you want a prime opportunity to take down all of these teams in front of you. As Destiny trying to make the last ditch send will get caught out fresh, the last one standing. But oh my goodness, Dave, it all comes down to this final compound. We've seen final circles here before, and they are always epic.
Yeah, Fresh just able to make it right in time, has a nice position when we're looking at placement points. Nobody's up there towards the north end. They might opt to play passive. Right in front of them though, or right between them, 19E, Ghost. They've been next to each other for some time, but Ghost are gonna be forced to push up this hill right now because the zone's gonna start to close here very shortly.
It is indeed. Oh, that nade goes in now.
Oh, baby.
My goodness. HH24 not slowing down. 5 kills already in the pockets of Ghost. Only 1 additional one, though, since that opening knock. Oh, my. Once they get the beat on one of those players, those nades, they don't miss. 19E, I think, is aware that Destiny's behind them, though. So they're just going to chill in this compound for now, unless they're forced to move. And Dave, we'll find out soon.
Got him, HH.
Oh, my.
Got him. Oh, HH, you give HH the double barrel shotgun early game, get some kills, get that momentum, but down the hill, Alpha, we talked about them, the zone sweepers, took out Godsend.
Absolutely huge, and I'm not sure a single player did end up going down, except that one did, but it was Beowulf. Senetex, I think, did end up dropping, but name a scarier combo than Korea with a Groza. I don't think one necessarily exists as Alpha 7. Dave, you could already tell they're coming into this server angry. They can taste first place. They are going aggressive. This is the Brazilian PUBG mobile that we know and love.
They want it. We'll see if they can get it. HH gonna be over here, just trying to scout it out. Alpha, that'll be a tough push. I don't even know if they can walk up that elevated terrain. So yeah, they're gonna be forced to pull back just a little bit, rotate right back to where they came from. But that was a success. They took out Godsend, a couple kill points, and now come down to who can snake it the best, remain undetected. 19E though, still in that warehouse. Big concern for me if you want Alpha 7 or Ghost Gaming to win this game. Big concern.
They've got that few pieces of hard cover there. Fresh is still in the back though, and Fresh could very much play spoiler. I don't hate this decision at all. I think from Alpha 7, I think it's the right one to try and play up from around this high ground position instead, because the way these buildings work, they're actually going to offer them some cover from 19E and from Ghost, who are going to have to crest this ridge like we're seeing right now. Ghost is crashing into 19 Esports. Xenox is on the outside. Grenades are coming in, smokes to try and leverage a little bit of positional advantage and offer some cover from the potential crossfire. And it's all about listening for the footsteps, Dave, trying to identify where exactly these opponents are.
And a very smart molly right there from 19E. They saw the smokes, they were predicting a push, the entrance, they threw a molly, and they denied it. They denied the breach, at least from that end, forcing Ghost to go on the opposite end of the warehouse that might expose them to Alpha. So that was like a big brain play right there for me.
Absolutely. But Ghost, in order to try and alleviate this, is going to move the vehicles around to build a wall for themselves to work with. If you don't have cover in the form of a building, make cover. Bring it with you. As Alpha 7 playing this slow and steady, no team here, Dave, wants to be the one to make the first mistake.
Alpha could just straight chill right now. Let Ghost, let 19E, let them fight it out. And if you see an enemy, maybe third party, maybe take some shots. Xenox, the double knock grenade.
Absolutely massive pokes around. Bayo's there, but he's in his own smoke. He's in his own smoke. He can't necessarily see it. At this point, he's just got to try and survive and hope that Alpha 7 comes in thirds, parties this. But the double knock onto Ghost is absolutely massive. I cannot understate this. Xenox doing so much work. But wait, the Molotov comes in. That's from Alpha 7. They're trying to snipe the kills. These Molotovs are huge. Actually, no, it was Xenox. It was Xenox who threw it. Xenox able to get it down. Destiny gets eliminated as well. That's big as Reboot takes him out. So this is actually big for 19 Esports, Dave, as all their opponents are getting eliminated around them. Now it's just a 4v3.
Holy. Bayo in that shack trying to go for placement points. Might be able to get it. As now Alpha looking to take out 19E.
And with that knock onto Xenox, this is the go side they were waiting for. The nades. And then there was one. It wasn't a pure 4v3 because Bayo, you called it, Dave, looking for placement points. Dale surviving. Ghost Gaming, the Battle of North America being won just that little bit longer. Opens the door, find one, but that's going to be it. Alpha 7 take the winner chicken dinner here for this first game.
Love how Bayo at the end casually opened up the door like, hey, everybody, look at me. Was able to get a knock. Lucky that they weren't able to get the flush, but that's a 1v4, of course. That was huge, though. That was huge for Bayo and Ghost to be able to secure that second place because second place, 12 points, right? Third place, 10 points. So those 2 points will definitely add up here towards the end of the event. But Alpha 7 strolling in towards that mid game up there towards the north. And this is a team. They love to prioritize zones, and we can see a prime example of that. Remember, there's Onyx up there in Stalbert. They were stuck fighting. I forget who it was. But meanwhile, Alpha 7 repositioning, thinking ahead, not thinking like, oh, what's going to happen right now in the moment. No, they're thinking 2-3 steps ahead, and that right there is a prime example for them to be able to remain alive and use their numbers towards the end.
And they came in from that northern part of the circle. There were teams there they had to contend with, but there were so many less that they could pick the fights they wanted to take. They were always the ones setting up the engages. They were always the one setting things up on their terms. And we see it time and again, like the fight on your screen right now, when a team is able to make that decisive play call, when they're able to enforce their will on the other squad and they're forced to react, the chances of you winning that engage increase dramatically. And if you're Sevens right now, who's been cheering for Alpha all weekend, you know he's all smiles after that win.
Yeah, that was a fight, Onyx versus Clash. Alpha, yeah, they could have third-partied it. They might have been able to get one confirmed kill point, but instead they repositioned. And they said, let those two teams fight it out. We'll gatekeep them in the next circle. No sweat. No sweat. And I think that type of mentality is why we see Alpha 7 Esports representing Brazil at the top.
And they were a squad that's had mixed results this weekend. You know, we were kind of surprised players were stepping up, but it wasn't the ones they expected. But over the course of these 4 days, all 4 players have shown that they are individual powerhouses. And when they can come together as a team, as a squad, they are nigh unstoppable. And the biggest difference, Dave, is they just slowed things down just a touch, just enough to be able to align that synergy, that team cohesion, and frankly, just make it look easy. Absolutely incredible start here for our 4th and final day, which means we need to head to a short break. When we come back, our analysts get to break that one down, and then on to game number